This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, February 2nd, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. The newly formed Early Learning Alliance of Carroll County is seeking input from childcare providers and members of the community regarding the current challenges and opportunities they have in providing and accessing childcare services. Jake Adams with the Carroll County Economic Development Corporation said the effort is in response to a recent report from Early Learning Indiana that ranked Carroll County 91st in the state for childcare.
We've seen over the last year in Carroll County some really high-profile closings of childcare facilities. We didn't really know what that impact was going to be. And then obviously Early Learning Indiana came out with their report, and it was a bit shocking to see where we stood.
The alliance is comprised of organizations, nonprofits, churches, schools, and other stakeholders. Evansville-based Berry Global Group announced today that CEO Tom Salmon will retire at the end of 2023. Salmon joined the plastics manufacturer in 2007 and was named CEO 10 years later. The company has tapped an executive search firm to help find his successor. Connecticut-based Long Range Capital has completed its $761 million acquisition of the former Batesville Casket Company from Hillenbrand. The acquired company, now known as Batesville Services LLC, will operate as an independent company led by CEO Chris Traynor, who had served as president since 2015. A spokesperson for Batesville told Inside Indiana Business there are no plans to reduce jobs or make major organizational changes. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Has your company grown at a rapid pace over the last 2 years? Nominations are now being accepted for Fast 25, IBJ's exclusive list of fastest growing companies in Central Indiana. Honorees will be spotlighted in a special publication in the IBJ and celebrated at an event on May 9th. Check out the changes to this year's criteria to see if your company qualifies. Learn more and submit your nomination by March 1st at ibj.com/nominations.
In today's business environment, every company is a tech company. Interested in learning more about emerging technology trends that can make an impact on your strategy in 2023? Join us February 15th for IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast to hear from top tech entrepreneurs, investors, and up-and-comers. Our panelists will dive into key issues and trends that will inspire fresh ideas. RSVP or reserve a corporate table for 10 by February 9th at ibj.com/events.
Governor Eric Holcomb's proposal for a broad expansion of county-level public health programs won its first endorsement from state legislators on Wednesday. IIB's Wes Mills has more.
The Senate Health Committee voted 12-0 in support of a bill laying out the responsibilities that local health departments would have if county officials accept a major increase in state funding being sought by Holcomb. State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box, several medical organizations, and business groups urged lawmakers to support the plan, pointing to Indiana's poor national rankings in areas such as smoking, obesity, and life expectancy. The governor's plan would direct $300 million toward boosting Indiana's county public health department funding from its 45th place national ranking. The state now directs about $7 million a year to county health departments, which are primarily funded by local taxes. The bill would establish core public health services to be provided by county departments, including access to required childhood vaccinations, emergency preparedness, restaurant and sewage system inspections, communicable disease prevention, and smoking cessation programs. Some county leaders, however, said they believed the expansion would eventually lead to state control of local health departments. Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana Wesleyan University has named local tech entrepreneur John Qualls the executive director of 1150 Academy, the coding school acquired by the university in December. He has been serving as the school's interim executive director since the acquisition. Qualls, president of Carmel-based business consultancy Purpose HQ, which he founded in 2018, served as president of 1150 from 2015 to 2019. The school fell into financial distress last year and suspended new enrollments. It is also facing wage claims from more than 10 former employees who said they had started missing paychecks as early as August 1st. IWU established a new nonprofit that will run 1150 as a separate entity from the university. A Brown County couple recently gifted Purdue's College of Veterinary Medicine $10 million to create a new center devoted to comparative oncology research, which studies how advances in dog cancer treatments can also benefit humans.
Evan and Sue Ann Whirling turned around a struggling printing company in Terre Haute, building it into a booming enterprise. They fostered more than a dozen animals, and their rescue dog, Brandy, ultimately inspired the gift that will create the Evan and Sue Ann Whirling Comparative Oncology Research Center. Dr. Deborah Knapp is the director of Purdue's Comparative Oncology program. She's studied bladder cancer in dogs for 30 years and treated Brandy in 2005. Knapp says the $10 million gift also creates an endowment for the center, which means it won't have to rely solely on grants and other gifts.
We'll basically be able to greatly expand what we do and the types of cancers that we cover. It really is going to transform what we do.
The center builds upon Purdue's Comparative Oncology program, which has existed since 1979. The center is based in the College of Veterinary Medicine, but will partner with Purdue's Institute for Cancer Research to translate the advances for pets to also benefit humans. Kylie Valletta, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
After a year in Indianapolis, the fledgling NBA 2K League has plans to return to the East Coast, hosting its upcoming season in Washington, D.C. Indy was named as host city for the league's 5th season last February, its first full-season excursion outside New York City, but the 2K League stopped short of promising multiple years in Indy, particularly with the impending demolition of its host venue, the Pavilion at Pan Am downtown. The 30,000-square-foot venue is expected to be raised this spring or summer to make way for a redevelopment of Pan Am Plaza that includes an expansion of the Indiana Convention Center and an 800-room, 40-story Signia by Hilton hotel. The Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick is on hiatus for a couple of weeks as we prepare for Season 3. But you can go back and listen to past episodes with notable names in Indiana such as Mario Andretti, Angelo Pizzo, and media personalities Mark Patrick and Bob Kavoyan. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.